the atmosphere of a sectional or regional greatly prepares you for an event like the games, because the games is just physically, physically I can do 3 or 4 wads a day, and it'll beat you up, but not bad. But psychologically, it takes a little bit of a toll on you, just constantly. You've got how many thousand eyes on you all the time. You give 100% in the gym, but you give that little extra when you're out there too. My dad called me this morning. He's like, "Hey, go on the CrossFit Games website. You're on the front." And I was like, "Man, don't tell me." He's like, "No pressure or anything."
Alabama sectional, first Southeast regional, Rich Froning.
And I like this guy too. I had him on the radio show, Rich Froning Jr. Wow, Rich Froning back on the rings. Transition time relatively short. Didn't waste any time on that. And he knows he's got to make up some ground. Mills dropping it each time. Rich is keeping his hands on the bar.
Yeah, Matt,
Mills
can't
it. Wow.
It's fun now that I look back on it. It sucked while I was doing it. No, it was fun the whole time. The sandbag wad was greatly needed, I think, just because you get in that mode of every wad is it's a CrossFit wad. You throw that one in there, it's a good mix-up. You're going all out, but you're just doing work. Stuff I've done since I was young from my parents. Chores and stuff like that. My dad used to just make stuff up just to keep us busy because he didn't like us sitting around. So that type of stuff's good. I know rope climb. I hear about that a lot. I can do it now, especially my feet. That's when my memory of the games, I was just staring at that rope going, "Why can't you climb it?" And didn't think I'd have any problem with it. Jumped up there and I was like, wow, I've got nothing left in my arms. You're just kind of standing there, and I was like, all right, let's try to get it again. Nothing. People are trying to tell me, I don't know if you can see on the video, I'm just kind of trying to figure out what, and I wrap it a few times and it was to no avail. And just watching Graham and Spiel and all of them just kill it, and I'm like, why can't I do this? It's not, it was frustrating, extremely frustrating. And then I was just like, all right, you got to get up there once. So I went all the way up, and then when I was coming down, missed that one hand and fell straight. Well, I guess about 17, 18 feet. So, and people complain about the crash pads, but that never crossed my mind. All that crossed my mind was getting up that damn rope. So when we bought our stuff for our gym, we didn't think anything about a rope. You try to get the essentials with the money you got. So we didn't have a rope, but we've got ropes now. So.
And yeah, I noticed later you posted that video of yourself, the rope.
Yeah, the rope climb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Is that just to kind of prove like?
Yeah, I can do it now. Look, I'm not as much of an idiot as I looked like, trying to climb it with all arms. So it happens. You learn from stuff. So I'll take it and learn it. Yeah, at first I did a lot of strength stuff, but now I just kind of sprinkle it in. Do the CrossFit motto, the constantly varied. You don't want to specialize in one area. I do take cheat days like Lipson said, and do a lot of Olympic stuff, but I was doing that before, so I just like those moves, and I think they help a lot, just speed, accuracy, coordination, agility, balance, so it's CrossFit.
Rich Froning Jr. heading back down the stairs to make another trip. Miko's got weight on the ground, adding to his pile.
The thing is sometimes I'll get in there, I'll be like, all right, I'm going to take a rest day, and I'll get in the gym, and somebody will come in, one of the guys I usually train with, or one of the more elite guys. We got 3 or 4 of us in the gym, and they're like, hey, why don't you do this one with me? So I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So usually a rest day turns, and I'm like, but once I get that first one done, I'm like, I can do another 1 or 2, and one thing turns into another, and it's a long day, but it happens.
In second place, a newcomer to the scene, Rich Froning.
For me, it's not about the money. It's I want to win. I want to be the fittest. But last year rope climb So it's CrossFit. You gotta constantly tackle those things you're not good at and get better at them. So.
And that is 5 rounds of 21 reps. And of course, and that is time. That is 7 minutes. Rich Froning took it.
Money's a good thing. I'm not gonna lie and say, you know, I wouldn't like to have some money, but that's not what drives me to do it.
Center. Rich Froning, it's been 3 days of excruciatingly hard work to get to this point.
I want to win, you know. I don't like to lose at anything I do.
He's got to get over the rope. He's got to get over the rope. He's got 15 seconds in which to do that.
He's got 10 seconds.
10 seconds. So he'll take first. He'll get 1 point for this round.
Anything, you name it. I like to compete at it. We just played in a flag football tournament and we won. So, you know, I like to do anything.
Rich Froning looks like a lot of gas taken out of the tank in that first workout in which he won.
What didn't we touch? You know, people are like, well, you didn't touch a long duration. Why don't you go out and do that double Helen and see how long that takes you? And that last workout, those 30-second rests that were about 15-second rests, long enough for Castro to tell us what we were doing, that was a pretty long duration. You got, that's what, 7 and 7, 14 plus 12 is 26, so that's a 26-minute workout. Tell me that's not a long CrossFit workout.
Better find a way to get his legs involved before he tires out there at the top.
And Rich still going hard right at the end. Time.
We didn't do any like ultra long distance, but I mean, everything you learn at these certs and stuff, that's not what CrossFit's about, the power output. So it was cool. I thought that was cool. They threw in all the technique stuff, and you had to be a lot more athletic, I think, than just brutally strong or have awesome endurance. So I thought it was a more well-rounded test.
He got up the rope 3 times with no legs and took a really nasty fall. So he showed the heart of a champion. Good job, Rich.
Okay, let me start off by saying my fiance is very supportive of what I do. She doesn't really complain about it. But we're getting married in June 18th next year, so about a month before the games. And it was thrown around about going on a honeymoon right after the wedding. And I said, well, you're gonna have to give me some time to work out in like the morning, you know, get that done. And she's like, you're not working out on the honeymoon. I said, so we compromised, and we're not going on a honeymoon until after the games. So it's right after the games. So
you're leaving straight from the games to your honeymoon?
Probably. We may go on like a little one right before, like right after we get married, but we'll save it for the. So yeah.
You're basically planning part of your future life around future married life.
Don't put it that way. Yeah, I guess so. She's, like I said, she's supportive and understanding, so